Welcome back everybody, this is a video request from a subscriber and a member of our Discord, so thank you for mentioning this over on Discord. Tonight we're going to be looking at a stock which I have actually been looking at quite recently. It is called Iinx, also known as IINX by its symbol. Anyway, we can see that Iinx today is down by 10%. Obviously over the past 5 days we are still green on this stock, which is great. But yeah, we are seeing a bit of a decline today in the share price. Regardless, the past 5 days have been quite decent for this stock. We have gone from a price down here, which was around 20 cents, all the way up to 27 right now. And again, highs of this week were all the way up here, which were at over 36 cents. So this stock is taking a bit of a movement right now. It's very good. We are happy to see this one up, and there are quite a few reasons as to why. I think there are some interesting things about this company which we should look at. So as always, we're going to start off by looking at the share price over the past month or so. Then we're going to look at some of the most recent news, and obviously take a quick look at some of the fundamentals of the business as well. If that sounds good, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, but do remember, this is not financial advice and it is just my humble opinion. But yeah, if you may enjoy, do subscribe, and also feel free to join us on Discord, because we do have quite a big community over there. Link is down in the description, as you probably do already know. So now we're going to start off by looking at the share price on Iinx over the past month or so. So for this, we're going to start off on the past day and then work our way out. So today people are going to be a little bit concerned that the share price is dropping. That's completely fine. Most recently, a lot of the market has been red. We can see that up here. Obviously some of it is bringing itself green, but so far we are not seeing the best day for the market as a whole. Anyway, down here over the past 5 days we are seeing a little bit of green, as I have mentioned, bringing us up from 20 to 27 cents, which is great, and I'm very happy to see that. The past month we have seen the price decline, but obviously from this point down here on about the 25th of May, we saw a turnaround in share price and we broke past new highs for the month, and we hit highs up here like I mentioned earlier at around 33 cents up here, perhaps even slightly higher, but that is what the graphs are saying. So good things for this one over the past month. Past 6 months have been mixed. We saw a big increase, then we had the market turn a bit sour, and ever since this one has kind of taken a bit of a beating, and obviously we hit lows down here, but now it is back up, which is great. So that is what we are seeing with the price of Iinx, and again this is reflected down here on the candlestick charts, where we can get a look at the volume that we are seeing for Iinx continuously. Today the volume is 363.45k, which isn't too bad. Again, if we look at volume previously, back here we saw volume figures around 5.49 million, so we are stepping down in volume, we can see, but we are still pretty high for Iinx, which is good, because if we look back down here we can see volume figures were extremely low. If it will let me highlight them very quickly, so we can see volume figures down here of about 100k down here up to 200k. Yes, we hit about 800k from day to day, but obviously most recently we have been hitting 100k on these charts very frequently, so we've been in the few 100,000 range when we were trading back here. So now we are still seeing a big increase at 300k, so it shows that more people are trading the stock, obviously potentially more people buying this one, and the stock is still more relevant as time does go on, which is good. Now we're going to start off by looking at some important information about the business which you may want to know. So we're going to start off over here on OTC Markets website, and I'm going to highlight a few things about the business which you may want to know. So we're going to start off on this piece over here. This stock is a verified profile according to OTC Markets. It is penny stock exempt according to them as well. We can see that it's transfer agent verified as well, and down here it also has a board of directors which includes at least 2 independent directors as well, which could be very good for the company anyway. But yes, we can see more and more good stuff from this on OTC Markets. Let's have a quick look at the actual share structure of the business too. So the share structure of the business down here, the market cap of the company is apparently $50.8 million, and we can, well, I would assume that is dollars anyway, and we can see that the authorized shares are 195 million. Now the outstanding shares down here are 164 million, so not too bad, and we can see the restricted and unrestricted numbers down here as well, if you were wondering. So that's interesting to note when we look at this company as well, if you were wondering about that. Now let's have a quick look at what the company does, and obviously some important piece of news about the business which you may want to know. So I have this article to highlight down here, but I'm going to read about what the company does very quickly first, because it does explain things very simply over on this article from Yahoo Finance. So Iinx Technology Inc. is a holding company that is principally engaged in photoelectric display and smart energy industries. So basically smart energy industries and also photoelectric displays as well. So this tells us a lot about the company. Just to sum things up very quickly, we can see it also has 7 operating subsidiaries, which is good as well. It goes on to list all of them down here, and there actually are quite a few, as you can tell, and they do work in some really interesting sectors, as we'll look at in just a moment. Just to sum things up very quickly down here, we can see that they actually work in the electric vehicle space as well. So they do electric vehicles and charging piles as well, with corresponding operation and maintenance, and 3-dimensional parking as well, we can see down here. And this part of the business is the New Energy Technology Co. And again, this is good to see. So the reason why I highlight the part of the business which works in electric vehicles, I will explain in just a moment. But we are seeing good things from this company. Let's go on to read what this article speaks about down here. We can see that Iinx Technology Inc. has developed a cost-effective, high-safety and fast-charging aluminium-ion battery. Now this goes into a bit of detail on what I'm talking about, but just to sum things up very quickly, they have worked on a battery which can charge itself in as short as 12 minutes. Now, this is actually a really big deal. It is the world's first 12-minute fast-charging electric vehicle battery. Now this is a very short time for an electric vehicle, and we are really making advances in this space, which are big deals. Previously, only a couple of years ago, as you will remember, electric vehicles were slow to charge. They took a very long time, perhaps hours, and now we are seeing a battery which can charge itself in as little as 12 minutes. This is revolutionary, I do believe. Now 12 minutes is still more time than it would take to fill up a petrol or diesel car. That is common sense, everybody can understand that. But 12 minutes is really short for an electric vehicle, and it's technology like this that we could need to obviously help more people actually choose electric vehicles, because I think one of the main put-offs for people is the amount of time it does take to charge. Well, according to Iinx, this may no longer be a problem. And I think this is something which we should definitely highlight, because I think going forwards into the future, this is something that which we are going to use in more and more of our electric vehicles. As this technology does advance, we are going to see this battery potentially in more and more vehicles as well in general. So this, I do believe, is a big deal, because like I mentioned, the amount of time it takes to charge electric vehicles isn't convenient. This completely changes things, which is a massive deal. So Iinx as a business does have something which is kind of world-changing, it's kind of revolutionary right now. I think this could definitely affect their share price going forwards. So Iinx, we're seeing good news from the business, obviously, and again, we could go into this one in a lot more detail. I probably will do that at some point in the future. This is just intended to be a very quick video looking at what we have seen from the news from them and how the share price has been moving. Again, if you do want to see a bit more of an in-depth video on Iinx, make sure to drop me a comment down below, because I absolutely can do it. But I just thought it was a good time to update you on this news and what we are seeing from the business itself and what we could be seeing going forwards. So seeing good things from Iinx, we're seeing economies across the world opening up, as we already know, and we are seeing great areas when it comes to electric vehicles. But as I did mention, this company has a lot of subsidiaries. We can look at some of them down here. So there is a lot to talk about, more than the batteries, but again, this is just some kind of important news specifically regarding the batteries and that sector of the business. So thank you for watching. Again, hopefully soon I'll do another in-depth video on this one, but that is what we're seeing from this stock so far. Great stuff. Would I recommend Iinx as a buy? I think if you're going to buy a small position, it could be worth it. Obviously, it is a penny stock, it is quite risky, but I think it's not the worst buy that we have been seeing recently. Personally, I would wait a day or two just to see what this one does do, because we are seeing a day in the red today, and after a big climb that we saw in the past, month or so, in the past 2 or 3 weeks especially, I definitely would leave this one a day or two just to see what it does. But I think Iinx, it could be an interesting play, especially for a penny stock. I think this one does have the potential to be valued at over 50 cents possibly in the next 12 months. I think it's a very interesting stock. I think it could be valued at much more than that, but that's just my conservative estimate for the time being, based on the interesting and great things that we are seeing from the business at the moment. So it's absolutely great to see Iinx in the green. Is fantastic, and long may it continue. But I think that small dip could continue into the next day or so, but I think after that we could see this one slowly but surely start to take a bit more growth and return back to a share price which could potentially be much higher than where we are now. Because if we look at this one over the past 6 months, we can see that the stock was was actually growing quite stably, and we have actually returned to those levels, but who knows, we definitely could return to all-time new highs very, very soon. Thank you for watching, I'll see you soon, goodbye.